How is he able to perform such slaughter?
Yeah.
The power is difficult to believe. He is no longer a man.
And that leads us back to different questioning. So the top 3 are the ones we can pick from.
Yeah,
like how does he...
Total slaughter.
Yeah. Also, I like the fact that it's like power. You think that's power?
Yeah,
that's not power.
Yeah.
This is instinct. There's nothing to do with power.
You think that's air you're breathing?
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing is impossible with the Force. It is an energy that flows through all living things. And like energy, it may be harnessed, channeled, and consumed at times. It may even be a substance that can burn and ignite. Do not think of his power as one would a weapon, or one of your warships of the Republic. It is terrible, but it is still a subtle thing. The sect of assassins that chase you feed on the Force. What he does is simply the pinnacle of what they could achieve in time. And that is why they and their techniques must be wiped out. No one again must experience and learn what her master did.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So
they not only are they a danger, they're a danger to everything.
It's just it's a machine. It is an automated process with Hungry Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. And it's the pinnacle of what they could achieve. But
yeah.
Like
it's what Krusty Boy and the Assassin Boys are learning and doing, but like Hungry Boy like mastered it, and again, because you can't teach it, he just felt it and just went, got it. This is me now. I'm a literal black hole of death.
And and there's just nothing else to it.
And all the Krusty Boy followers are like, oh fucking, oh, you got that power. I want that power. And also the epitome of power for the sake of power consumes you and destroys you from the inside out.
Of course it does. It's the ultimate trade-off for the ultimate power, as we learn about the dark side loop.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? But the dark side loop, clearly, at the pinnacle of that, you have the ability to spec into something that is so no longer a human being.
Yeah.
That it is.
You're an Eldritch horror.
It is an Eldritch horror.
And there's multiple Eldritch horrors throughout the Star Wars canon from book stuff, and there's some really cool shit. Because my favorite thing is what Kreia just said: the Force can do anything, which I think is one of the most interesting things about the Star Wars universe is that when used correctly, you can make it do. You can tell so many interesting stories with it. Now, if you use it incorrectly, you can be like, surprise. One of your characters knows Force Heal. I wonder if they're going to bring back a character later on in the game. In the movie. I guess they just did.
Right.
Why the Force can do everything.
Yeah, the
Heal.
foreshadowing again.
And it's just like, but when used correctly, you can get literal Eldritch horror classed stuff, right?
Well, here you got fucking you got Urizen eating the fruit, just being like absolute power and nothing else, right? Then there is 0 person left.
Which, again, use something going back to the sequels. One thing I liked is the whole literally being in 2 places at once and transferring items through the Force with Rey and Kylo.
Right.
Which I think is a really neat concept, where they're fighting and they're in 2 different zones at the same time.
It is probably the most interesting thing about that movie.
Yeah, and about both of them, honestly. And it's like, that's a really cool idea of use of the Force.
Yeah.
But everything else was like, we needed to do this because plot. Right.
Yeah, and I like to think about that ability as something that shows that we know about the 4 dimensions we exist in, and space and time are the same one, obviously, but the Force almost being its own in a weird way allows for things like that, where you're like, the perception of this conversation allows items around you to also exist in that same space. There is a Force not reality, but there is a dimension of the Force where
you can only perceive it if you have a connection to it, or if you have an innate connection to it.
And if you do, it is in both places at the same time. Physical space is not restricting that idea.
Which, again, the whole Force bond concept with this, Kreia gets her hand cut off, and you're like, holy fuck, did my hand just get cut off, right? Where your brain's like, you're literally connected on such a level where it's like, Kreia gets her hand cut off, and you're like, holy fuck, did I just get my hand cut off? Right? And stuff like that. Just that idea of, it's like you exist on the same dimension, and you're so in tune with each other that one thing happens to you, it happens to the other person.
Or when Kreia slaps an ass, fanny pack's like, ooh!
How are they able to drain the Force?
As much as one may use the Force to bolster the wills and strengths of others, the reverse is possible, though not often used. Instead of sending one's will through connections in the Force, instead such connections are drawn upon, fed upon, and drained completely.
Drained completely. Yeah, it's like you said. Birds dropping out of the sky.
But all life is touched by the Force. So as we just mentioned, it exists as a fifth dimension.
I'm solid snaking my way through this conversation a little bit. Obviously, the cutting is what occurs here.
Then you understand how terrible such a power is, and why it must be ended. It is an empty road to the dark side, and by traveling it, the price is death before one's time. He is a breach in the Force, capable of consuming the lives of those around him. Sometimes the touch is slow, as it is with his crew.
It is almost virus-like.
Yeah. It's
In
like
a
Force
way,
virus, yeah.
It's almost virus-like. It is corrupt kernels in your fucking on your computer, right? Spreading and further corrupting everything else involved.
Or even like a regular old biological virus of it needs to latch on and feed and expand and multiply.
Yes. Am I thinking of what am I thinking of? It might have been literally an episode of Reboot, actually, where it's just like by interacting with someone fucked up, you are now fucked up because.
Was it the Nulls?
No.
Because there was a Null episode where everyone got turned into Nulls, yeah?
No, it wasn't that. Anyway,
Yeah.
there's something there. But yeah.
Or was it the one when Megabyte goes like completely like crazy, insane, and just starts infecting people in alleys? Was it
Or
that
how
one?
about this? How about this? Missing no? And using the item
There we
duplication
go.
trick.
I realize there's a lot of people that do not know what the fuck we're talking about. But yeah,
missing
that's
no
good,
and the
that's
item
good.
duplication trick where you're just like, these items are all fucked up now, and like you.
Oh fuck, that's Damon.
Damon,
Yeah,
absolutely,
that's Damon. That's Damon.
Damon Rising, totally.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so how does he use his powers?
It is not something he can direct or focus, much like hunger itself. He is more of a hole in the Force than a living thing. Force sensitives and worlds rich in the Force draw him. The Miraluka world was one such place. That is why where the Jedi gather, Jedi will die. He will feel it, unless they mask their presence. But KOTOR called out as a beacon to him, and he could not resist it. And he cares nothing for the Sith, or its teachings, or the Jedi. And when the Jedi are dead, he will feed on the galaxy, the Republic, and eventually consume the Sith as well. There is no future in the empty galaxy he sees, and that is why he must be stopped. The breach must be sealed before his power grows beyond what even we can hope to stop.
At some point, he was a person trying to get powerful in the dark side.
Yeah, but at some point, something happened.
He spec'd in.
So, not spec'd in. An event happened. Maybe something in the similar with the way Malachor 5 did something to you. Like the events of Malachor 5 somehow cut you off from the Force. So it could be something in a similar event where like a crazy, catastrophic event just sent him into this type of thing, and like he didn't even willfully do it. It just happened by accident, right?
Right, and now you are showing up and you represent like unlife. You know?
Which again is great. Which again emphasizing he has no power over it. It's just instinct. He's just an animal. He's a Force animal, virus, black hole.
Yeah, no, God and Satan exist, and then suddenly this third thing shows up and is like,
and God and Satan go, whoa! All right, hold up.
Yeah, and then this third thing's like, yeah, I'm gonna just do this. And by the way, if I kill you, you don't go to either of those places.
Yeah, you gone.
This is a whole new thing.
Yeah,
right.
You gone.
Have you read Preacher?
I have not read Preacher.
It's good.
I'll go check it out. I've heard lots about it. I will definitely give it a shot.
So just it's not even. It's like literally like first couple of pages are that.
Okay.
God and Satan exist, and then this third thing is like, hey, what up? And they're like, oh, what is that? The fuck is that?
That sounds great. I'll give that a read.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, and then it's he is no longer a man. Which
do you know why he spared her?
Yeah.
Perhaps he is bound to her, as I am bound to you. If so, there may be a death served by hers. You must be prepared to sacrifice the blinded one. Perhaps
we
her
had this
death will
conversation.
buy you the time you need to deal with her master.
Okay, so she's not actually giving me the answer to why he spared her.
Yeah.
Ask, and I will answer.
And then I think we can go to talk about the homeworld. I thought more on the destruction of the homeworld. Yeah.
And
Well, Atten said the planet was wiped out. Our entire planet was destroyed. She has no home left. Do you know why it was destroyed? I had other questions. She did tell us these things.
We have talked about these things already.
Yeah.
ask, and I will answer.
All right, let's check things. All right, so I think we have to back out and we have to ask about the Force specifically. Now that we've talked more about that, so never mind. I'll be going now, and then we have to talk to her again and talk about the Force.
Did we ask her this?
I think we did, but we can check. We can try again.
Ignorance.
This is new.
Perhaps they do not remember.
This is new.
Or care. It is of no consequence to me or to them.
Awareness.
Or not.
Am I? Then perhaps you should know. There are techniques in the Force where one can cloud the memory of others.
Motherfucker.
Make their presence so small.
Motherfucker.
as to be unnoticed. And on the worlds where we have encountered these Jedi, there is much life and death where sensing such things is difficult. As I said, it is of no consequence to me or to them.
Force eraser on the back of the pencil, leaning over to the DM sheet.
Yep.
And going.
So basically, Force reduce presence. Force I don't exist.
Dear God.
Also, hey, do you use that technique on me?
On a galactic scale, no less.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty powerful. What'd you do to me, Granny?
No, but if I did, you would never know. So my words only carry as much weight as you believe them to.
Fair enough.
Fair.
And perhaps you will understand this. That perhaps it is important to me that you see me and my actions uncloaked.
Yeah.
It is important that your judgments, whether be good or bad, stem from seeing me as I truly am.
Yeah. Yeah. You are very much showing me
Your colors.
everything.
Yeah.
That, for better or for worse, and watching to see what I'm going to do about it.
So in a weird ass way, we kind of do trust her.
No, it is.
She's not lying.
I trust.
Like, because it's not lying. She's being open and honest, but it's
You are not. You are hiding cards, but you are not showing me false cards.
Yeah, exactly. You're not. Yeah, you're showing your hand, but you have another deck. Like you have another separate hand behind your back.
Here's what I feel about Kreia. She's sitting down at the table across from me and says, "I am manipulating you."
Yeah.
And I go, "You're manipulating me. Yes, you're. I don't like that." And she's like, "Yeah, I get that you don't like that, but I'm still going to do it."
Yeah.
And I'm doing it right now. Actually, this right here, this
is-
conversation is manipulation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I can
I can work with that.
I can work with the rules you've established.
Yeah.
You know? Two of these brothers always tell the truth. The third one always lies.
Yeah. Exactly.
I did not ask you to trust me, only that you listen to what I have to tell you. But thank you.
She thanked us.
How about that?
Wow.
That is the first time.
Yep. All right. Never mind. I must be going now. And then that should recharge the. Oh yeah, right. We said one evil thing about Vsauce. That's okay. We're good. We got lots of time for more of that type stuff.
What is John? I woke you up, John.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute since he's had to play that stinger, so
God,
I'm surprised he
Mike,
remembered it.
Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep.
All right, let's see what she's got to say about the Force. That should help fix everything out here now. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Man. Anyway.
Also, I don't mean to interrupt, but save 69. Nice. Nice.
All right, Gronkowski. No, I'm very much still wary because Kreia hides cards.
Of course.
But the cards she's showing are pretty straight shots.
Yeah. She's choosing not to reveal information, but the information she is revealing to you seems to be 100% sound.
Yeah.
And she's pretty honest.
What are your ends? What are your ends?
Yeah.
You know, like there are many means. What are your ends?
We got to ask her one more thing.
We have to ask her one more thing.
We have to ask her one more thing, but we have to refresh the comments or the dialogue to do it.
Yes? Have you come with questions?
I have a question about the Force.
Very well. What is it that drives you?
Oh. Okay, we got it. We got the point.
Yep.
The
You
bond
taught-
we share. I would.
We already did
know
that one.
More of it. You
2
taught
or
me
3?
Sight.
2 or 3 is the same thing.
Is there anything else you can teach me? Before, when you taught me to listen, I wish to continue that lesson. Lightsaber forms, force forms,
Yep.
other questions. Sight.
Yep.
When I spoke of sight before, there is a similar handicap that tends to occur among those strong in the Force. They neglect their skills. Some believe they no longer need them.
That's why I get less
greatest
points.
Yep.
Wielders of the Force are those that maintain some grounding to the more physical realities of the universe.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Some wielders of the Force have mastered piloting, others the ability to fix and repair and build, from simple moisture vaporators to more complex machines such as droids and vehicles. One's ability to understand the human body and its ailments, for example, can make your powers within the Force more complete, more powerful, when you attempt to repair the cellular damage of another. And others have mastered the more subtle work of politics, persuasion. Do not doubt that a galaxy may be conquered with words, a republic overthrown, and an empire made.
I love
When
democracy.
Jedis
skills
need
are
jobs. Got
honed,
it.
One's abilities with the Force become that much stronger. My warning to you
Learn
is
a
this.
trade.
Yep.
Do not rely on your companions to compensate for your weaknesses in skill. There will be times they will not be there to help you when needed. What skill would you say is your greatest strength?
Well, boy, we have... Well, actually, I guess it would be persuasion because it's the max skill we have.
She once again turns to the fourth wall and says, "Video game is not going to allow all the party members you need at all times." Burp, burp, burp.
Yep.
Also, this is great.
Yeah.
Because it's literally, do you have the check
Yeah.
to make the answer
Yeah.
appear?
So it's whatever your strongest skill is.
Okay.
And right now, it's because this one's at 22 and everyone else is at 21. So if we had all of them at 22, you could pick from a whole wide variety of skills.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Well, in that case, I will persuade you
Yeah.
that
That
persuasion
persuasion
is
is-
my best ability.
Exactly.
And what skill would you say is your greatest weakness?
Well, that's easy.
Yeah,
0 points.
clearly.
Then my task before you is this. Take your greatest weakness, devote effort to it, strengthen it, and I will show you how it shall strengthen your power in the Force.
But I don't want to be a big stealth boy.
We only need 1 point, and we can continue this quest. Now, I said this to you a long time ago. We need 1 point into stealth. And this is that 1 point. We need exactly 1
How
point
do
into
I
stealth.
do that?
As you learn and train and test yourself against the galaxy, all your skills have a chance to improve and grow as well. When you devote some of that training to your weakest skill, you will know.
Oh my god, gaming the system.
Yep.
Come at her with 0, get 1.
Yeah.
You're so much better!
Oh my
Like,
god, you have improved.
wow. If it's any other number, does it have to go up by an amount?
You just have to go up by 1. It's just you have to take your weakest skill and go up by 1. I just thought it'd be hilarious for us to go from 0 to 1 and go, you did it! You
Yeah.
built up your skills!
Big stealthy boy,
Oh, it's so good!
Wow,
Wow!
Snake.
You can now use a stealth field generator. That's so much
you can
better.
Turn it on.
But I also do like this idea that, like, hey, all the Force users out there, forget how to do basic shit.
Yeah.
Because they don't need to, because they have the Force.
You can just rely on it.
Which is another reason why Kreia starts shit-talking you if you use Force Persuade more than regular Persuade.
Right.
Because she's like, alright, you're cheating, come on.
And also, like, so she's basically describing that, hey, Anakin working on those droids is a good thing.
Yeah.
And having these little hobbies and all these little bits and pieces are a good thing.
Yeah, don't forget there's more to life than the Force, is basically this lesson.
Unless you're of a race where there's nothing else to life but the Force.
Yeah,
Like we just saw.
but I think they still have to fix shit and build stuff. I assume they still had a culture and a civilization.
They have to, right?
I mean, they're a
And-
race,
and-
right?
Yeah, and it seems like, you know, the other Force users that are not Jedi that we heard about are all like, well, those people are the special ones of their race of,
Yeah.
of otherwise normals.
Yeah.
But like humans, I guess, are in a, maybe not uniquely, but they're in a like beneficial place where they have a pretty healthy Forceless culture. and then Force can add to that.
Yeah.
But if you're Forceless, you can then have the impressions that Goto have of just like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about your Force shit.
Well,
I can have a very full life ignoring your dumb religious bullshit.
Well, the best example of this is the Rakata Empire, the Infinite Empire, who made the Starforge, where their entire society revolved around the Force, and then they lost their connection to the Force over time, and then they couldn't use any of their own technology.
And that's the end of the
And then, they're all done. Exactly, right? That's the best example of this concept. So, but yeah, I will think on this. In return, my weakest skill is stronger.
Yes.
Great. So next level, pop one skill into stealth, and we can continue talking to her about this.
Okay.
So she's still got some more stuff for us. Oh yeah, if you want to talk to American Express, she's got to have a few choice words for you.
I mean, one has to assume she has some thoughts.
I mean, at this point, you're fine. You're fine.
Because she's locked in.
She's locked in.
You signed the contract.
Yeah, exactly. American Express, more like American like, fuck off.
You sent me my card.
Yep.
It's in the mail. I may not have activated it yet, but you already mailed it to me.
Yes?
Oh, she's not getting pissed off at us, yes. Interesting.
Oh.
All right, cool. She will eventually. She will eventually get pissed off at us.
You may ask.
No,
nothing really new.
What if I ask about moves?
There is nothing more I can teach
Oh,
you.
we're topped up. Okay.
Then yeah. We're all good. Basically, we finished our quest line.
Okay.
Yep, that's pretty much it.
But there's a little bit more force sodium to be extracted at some point.
Yeah, we'll get some more stuff. So, like, there's still more stuff to do with, like, Atten and Handmaiden and Bao-Dur, but it's going to be a lot more contextual and a little bit less of like, talk to them on the ship and see what they have to say about stuff.
Okay.
So, because they're kind of, like, basically once they're at the Jedi, like, thing, they're like, you kind of know our deal, etc., and all that good stuff.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Why are you dropping this sick beat on us all the time?
Oh god, it's doubling up. Oh no!
Alright. It's been a long time since the war. I'm surprised you're still functioning. Did I bum you out? Alright, go help him out. Oh my god.
Oh god, too much.
Alright, remote.
This ain't gent, get out of here.
It's like D0 a little bit.
Yeah.
D0.
Hey, we should... we can leave her for last. I think you should talk to Goto. I think it's very important you talk to Goto about things.
Where the fuck is
He's
Goto?
the floating
Oh,
ball
he's
over
in the
there.
corner over here.
Yeah. Boy, you need to talk to this boy. You know what's funny?
Yeah.
I had to actually look up what her deal was because I had forgotten.
As you should.
Yes. Is there something you have come to offer me?
I mean, whatever. I have these little things where like you kind of scroll past the person that says like, "Oh man, Woolie's gonna eat his words when he finds out," and I'm like, "Will I?" Because now that you said that, you're putting the spite in me.
That's okay.
You're putting the spite points in me.
I'm about to drop some fucking hot takes on here.
That's fine.
That character is better done in Rebels.
That's fine, man.
There is a better version of this character in Rebels.
You know, it was quite upsetting for some fans of Mira to hear that I was not digging the short-haired
and
action lady.
And here's the thing. I used to like Mira, and then I grew up and realized that my dick liked Mira.
Ah!
And I'm like, oh, I don't actually like you, because in the same way around, I used to not like Goto, but as I got older, I'm like, ooh, I love Goto. Goto's interesting.
Okay. Well, I will preemptively prepare that angel with the piece of paper that comes down from the sky.
Yep.
I haven't flown down to hand it to you yet. You know, not you. But,
Yeah. But
you know,
to the universe.
But I will write the paper and I'll put it in my pocket.
Yep.
Dans la poche. Considering I saved you, you could be more grateful. He says, yes, is there something you have to offer me? Right. I wanted to talk to you about your operations on Nar Shaddaa. Can you make me some security tunnelers? Oh, is that what you offer me? Yep. Okay. Yeah, what's up?
The fact we are even having a conversation conversation is gratitude. Usually, my conversations do not have the give and take that our current interaction does. And of course, there is much more screaming on the part of the listener when the torture field is activated.
Man gets shit done.
Did you, like, not see the fucking wrecked havoc that I brought to your ship?
Yeah, what are you gonna do? What possible
Why are you
thing?
still posturing like you have balls here? Anyway, I've got questions.
Yeah.
I am willing to indulge some of your questions.
Hey, look at that. Everyone's favorite
Yep.
eavesdropper.
Yep.
Is like, what the fuck's going on over here? You talking to some droids?
Yep, what's going on?
You wanted to save the Republic? How is that possible?
There are several factors, all of which affect each other. There is the stabilization of Dantooine, the preservation of the restoration efforts on Telos, the political resolution on Onderon, and the unification of a religious power base in the galaxy, either Jedi or Sith.
Oh, you mean the game.
How convenient that we've got to go find a couple of Jedi Council members on those planets. Also, up the relations of that shopkeep on those planets.
Yep.
And now resolve Goto's missions on those planets.
Clearly, the way to this man's heart is to stabilize the YouTube system, which, let's be honest, that's a very daunting task in itself.
Goto might as well be like, when you hit the credits, my objectives will be complete. Is there anything you can do to help those systems and the people, either with information or resources?
The destruction of my yacht and of all my activities on Nar Shaddaa carry a cost that would take you several lifetimes to pay back. But perhaps the offer of credits will spur you to act quicker, more decisively. I am not unsympathetic to such greed. For every system you stabilize, I will reward you for your efforts.
Goto, buddy! Now, what's going on?
Hey, not
How
bad.
you doing?
Not bad.
Hey. All right,
hey.
listen. Wrong foot.
Yeah, no, we started off a little rough,
Oh.
but hey.
You got no feet. You're floating, huh?
Yeah,
Hey.
hey.
G0-T0? Is that how you, G0-T0? How you want me then?
Yeah.
You know? Goto, Godo, God, Goto,
God, literally God?
What's up? Okay, so... I don't want to reward helping people. A Jedi is left for... If you have
Also,
the credits...
Again, want to point that out. I think we've heard a Jedi's life is sacrificed now like a dozen times as a response. That is that's like literally the for the greater good from like I'll be making the joke, but that's the Hot Fuzz line, and it's like, it's everywhere in this game.
Yeah.
It is so prevalent through this whole game.
Yes, how about you sacrifice this taint? If you have the credits, then that's all I needed to hear. I will do what's got to be done, no matter the cost. If I have to kill everyone to do it, you'll get your stability. Right. So, G-Man.
Yeah.
Big G.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What are we talking?
Yeah.
How are we talking here?
Yeah.
You got some numbers? You got some numbers you want to slide over my way?
See that you do not disappoint me.
Then let's hear what
needs
needs to be done so I can gain some credits. G-Unit!
There is the stabilization of Dantooine.
Okay, same thing.
The restoration effort.
Tell me about Dantooine.
Well, yeah. What's happening on other planets?
It's a vital resupply point for the Republic. If its stability is compromised, then the Republic will lose control over many outlying worlds, and they will become a haven for raiders and smugglers. The economic loss from such outer worlds is greater than the Republic is aware of. If the matter is not corrected, then it shall fall.
Okay, so is it still a bunch of rolling grassy hills, though?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Economic loss, no problem. Big investments in saving systems.
So we've heard about Onderon a little bit from the political bickerings of two people in a bar, but what's actually going on Onderon?
Yeah, besides the fact that it sounds like Alderaan.
Onderon is an outer rim world, rich in ecological resources. Its aggressive ecology is capable of bringing devastated worlds back to life. It is currently experiencing schism split between two forces. One must triumph for the planet to be stabilized.
Okay, so
Okay.
politics are happening.
Big space politics.
Democrats versus the Republicans, and you gotta pick one.
Space Brexit. Spexit.
Spexit, there you go.
What about Telos? Are they doing a little bit better?
Telos is instrumental to the stability of the Republic. Its success or failure will dictate the economic forecasts of many other worlds. Of course, since the destruction of the Paragus facility, the odds of the Telos restoration project being successfully completed is close to 0.
Hey, never tell me the odds.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't my fault.
Not enough brooms to sweep up all the crust.
Yep.
Yeah, it was my fault. Getting tired of being blamed for Paragus. I kind of am.
Yeah.
Because you all know the deal.
Yep.
It was necessary to destroy the planet to stop the Sith. I had other questions.
You didn't even shoot the... You didn't shoot.
Stop fucking pegging it on me.
Then stop causing events of planetary destruction. You are a walking catastrophe, and you are not making saving the Republic any easier.
So I can
Alright.
revert to it wasn't my fault.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. But I didn't though.
He's kind of right,
Of
though.
course it was. If you had not gone there, the facility would not have been destroyed. If you had simply surrendered to the Sith, then all of that violence would have been unnecessary.
Well, here's the problem.
But me though.
That wasn't an option either.
I hope you do not decide that the next thing that must be destroyed to stop the Sith is the galaxy itself.
Listen, have you heard about Hungry Boy?
Perhaps one
Right.
must ask themselves at what point defending your religious ideals is advantageous to the Republic as a whole.
Now you fucking
Your
watch those
intention of
words.
exterminating more than 50% of those you intend to help, is that acceptable?
I love Goto.
You know what, Goto? The price just went up. Damn it!
Oh, I love this guy.
Tell me I had other questions.
You had other questions.
You may speak.
He's all business.
Yeah, he's a
doesn't-
good businessman.
He doesn't play. Where's your base of operations?
Now, that would be telling. For now, my presence must remain a secret, and it may remain that way forever.
No,
Yep, nothing there yet. Other questions?
you don't wanna catch a lightsaber in the gut, huh?
Makes sense.
I am
Very
willing
painful.
to indulge some of your questions.
All right. What about the capabilities of this droid?
Yeah, what does it
It
do?
has been assigned to guard and protect you. As such, it is well suited for a variety of tasks. It is skilled in intimidation, interrogation, and can provide a series of select skills that will make it an effective killing machine. For the most part, it will follow your orders unless they conflict with mine.
So, Goto's really just doing nothing but sitting on his ship, playing droid all day,
Yeah.
right?
Like,
the
I
fact-
assume he's in the cube. I assume he's in the gamer cube.
type of thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
And like he's talking. He's spending hours of his day floating this thing around. So I guess literally this is the most important task to him right now. It's not some sort of offhanded automated procedure, but like
And assuming he has assumed direct control
Yeah.
over this.
this droid has
over
no
this-
personality otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the most part, it'll follow your orders unless they conflict with mine. And if they do,
Then its proton core will detonate, turning the ship into space dust. There is no negotiation in this. I will not allow you to interfere with my operations and plans.
oh, so you mean the super suspect fucking thing of the where I didn't want to take your present to begin with is already a problem because now you're threatening
Because it's a bomb.
to fucking nuke the ship.
Good.
So is it maybe like totally a dumb thing that I didn't want to do, but here we are playing along anyway?
I guess we are.
This asshole has us hostages.
Yeah, he basically does.
I didn't want it. Let the record state. I was gonna fucking kick it to the curb. All right. What skills
What
have
skills
you got?
does it have?
This unit comes with a droid scrambler that you may use against mechanized opponents to randomize their defensive and offensive protocols. Use it and it will cause droids to wage a civil war in their programming, and they will turn on their allies. Its power source is not limitless, but it is enough. In addition, this unit comes equipped with a portable cloaking generator. It will allow it to enter places undetected in reconnaissance mode.
So, I actually care so little about having Goto in my party that I forgot he has a stealth.
He has a
generator.
stealth thingy.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how little I've never put him in my party, except for maybe like a
Yeah.
conversation.
He can confuse the droids, though.
Yeah.
I can zap them. Those can all prove an asset. Good to have you standing with us. I mean, floating with us.
So you're sneaky and confusing.
You sound pretty useless.
How droll. What an amusing Jedi specimen you are.
Okay.
I thought it was a
You may
good joke.
speak.
Do you know anything about those HKs? Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know anything
What
about
the
them?
fuck do you? What the fuck do you know about those
The
HKs?
assassin droids. I have encountered some, purchased the service of others.
And
Why are they hunting me?
Why, I asked them to. To be honest, I believe that was always their intention, but it seems their directive was dormant for some time.
Where are they coming from?
If you mean produced, no, I do not. I do know that there are a surprising number scattered throughout the Republic fleet searching for you. What they will do now that you are found is easy to predict.
So they're gonna come after you.
Of course they are. They're droids with very specific protocols that, unless changed, will dictate their movements. Unless you shut them down at the source, they will be stalking you until you are captured or terminated. Why don't you ask their predecessor? That archaic, memory-impaired assassination droid will know more about his subsequent generations than I would.
That's fair. And we did ask him about it.
Yeah. What the fuck happened to 47?
So something happened.
What are they doing in the Republic fleet?
They are masquerading as protocol droids. I have discovered that when they are used in negotiations, they have a predictable pattern of sabotaging whatever peace treaties they are involved with.
Oops.
And they don't know?
Because the Republic has no reason to investigate otherwise, and any discovery of their true purpose has been concealed by well-timed accidents.
You know, that's fair. That's basically what happened on Paragus.
Exactly, and nobody's thinking anything of the droids.
Yeah, especially not the protocol droids.
So they're just like, whatever.
Yep.
Stupid thing. Even though, like, the hatred is burning in its off of the, like, fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
You can feel it.
Yeah,
You know?
yep. Why haven't you acted on this information?
Because their behavior is predictable, of course. By monitoring their presence, I know which worlds will suffer civil wars, planetary conflicts, and Republic bombardment.
They're literally stirring shit.
Yeah,
Republic-wide.
yeah.
And they keep coming.
Of course they are. They're droids with very specific
Yeah, we had this already.
protocols. Unless you shut them down, why don't you ask?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Other questions?
I am willing.
On your yacht, you mentioned
Mentioned
Revan. Revan sought to destroy the Republic. What happened?
A common misconception not supported by facts. Revan did not intend to destroy the Republic. She deliberately left the infrastructure of many planets intact.
Damn,
and
take that,
many
atheists.
military production facilities.
Checkmate.
Yep. That's true. Revan didn't want to blow stuff up. Malik was the one going around blowing stuff up.
Malik was going around blowing stuff up. Revan had limitless forces. That's inconsistent with the fleet she had at her disposal. Yeah, Starforge.
I believe that by whatever means she used to build her armada, she recognized that it was somehow a limited source, or that she was only willing to use it to a point. My prediction is that whatever production facility was being employed, it carried a price that Revan perceived as detrimental to the goals of the Sith. And that is why Revan left many military production facilities in the Republic intact.
Well, you know, good to have backups just in case something happens to your Starforge.
I suppose so.
Why wouldn't? Why?
And then years later, Then years later, Palpatine finds the Star Forge.
Yeah, and he goes, "Oh."
And then, and then it's like, hey, did you know that this fact we're tweeting out is bullshit?
No, how are we supposed to know?
Fucking Palpatine rocked a Star Forge. That's what happened.
Did you know Palpatine was a clone? Oh, you mean like the political one? No, he was the original. The one on the planet we've never heard of in the robo zombie thing. That's the clone. Wait, what? Why?
Wait, and then the one that got married to Rey's mom was also a clone.
Which means Palpatine's actually her dad.
It was not a son.
It was a clone. So Palpatine, it's not Grandpa Palpy. It's
Pops.
literally Pops. Yep. And I feel like this was probably good to leave out of the movies. If that was the decision they decided to go with.
Confused noises in Rey Ayanami. Right. Okay. So the Revan left the military production facilities intact, but why? Revan wouldn't need to conquer anything else once the Republic was beaten.
That is what occupies my calculations as well. I believe that Revan saw a war on another front that we did not, or saw the value in keeping a strong military force.
Has the... You know how there's always some bullshit that comes from the unknown?
The unknown regions?
Yeah.
So we don't know what's in the unknown regions.
Really? Huh, you'd think.
And Revan fucked off into the unknown regions.
Because it feels like every fucking story at some point has some fuckery that peeks out from the unknown regions
and goes,
whoop. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, the Yuzon Vong, the whatever they were called there.
Oh, Jesus. I know what you're talking about, yeah.
The shit that came about and absolutely rocked everyone's shit. Because everyone was like, what is this and where are you? And it's like, we are an empire that's been chilling.
Well, I mean, Christ.
The Mongols.
Yeah, I mean, there may be some things that happen later on in the story that... I mean, fuck, that just keeps happening in Star Wars, I think, honestly. Is surprise, there was another force you didn't know about.
Surprise, the unknown had lots going on in it that you didn't know.
Surprise, the unknown regions really need to fucking get explored, guys. You should really send some scouts out there.
It turns out that Europe is not the entire planet.
What? No,
there's a whole lot of water that way, and if you keep sailing it, you come right back to the other side.
Shut up! There's only there's just an empty plane out there.
It just fall off the edge.
Yeah, you heathen. No, burn him.
Okay. Do you know Reverend God's forces? Yeah, the Star Forge. Actually,
we know.
Wait.
Yeah.
Does he know?
We don't know. We're gonna find out.
That is also a mystery to me. Okay. I do not have any evidence upon which to build an answer. It is significant that after the defeat of Malak, the forces decreased considerably, and after Revan's departure from known space, production ceased completely. It is my prediction that whatever was producing such forces needed a strong, effective leader to ensure its stability. Without Revan or Malak, there was no such figure left among the Sith.
That's pretty in line with Vsauce's take of, like, there's different factions of the Sith, probably all vying for power. They all splintered off once Revan peaced.
There was the exile, but I guess
the exile just showed up.
You
already fucked off.
Yeah.
It's been 5 years since Malak was defeated, right? So in those 5 years, I guess the Sith went, well, I'm in charge. No, I'm in charge. Yeah.
What was the Starforge planet called again?
Oh, Rakata Prime? Prime?
It was in the known system, though.
It was in a space that required star maps to find it.
You needed the star maps to find it, but it was...
so it wasn't in known space.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was out of known space, technically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fucking Palpy planet and Luke planet. are also just like hard to find, but still.
Like
still on the map.
Tatooine's on the map because you're in Tatooine on KOTOR 1. So Tatooine, but
not Tatooine. The place he's chilling where Rey is.
Oh, that. I guess that's just not on a. Yeah, I guess we'll just.
Because I'm like, there's a whole bunch of planets that have showed up so far in New Trilogy, and also there's things here where it's just like, where the fuck is that? I don't know. How do you get there? And I'm like, are those things that are in known space but just like not charted, or are they straight up in the fog of war?
Well, considering they need a map to get to Luke's hidey hole, I assume that's not charted. And well, it was charted, but there's one map, and no one uploaded it to whatever archive they're all stored in.
Right.
And for a society that's technology based, there doesn't really seem to be an internet, right? Like, because there's like every time like an archive gets wiped out, like all the knowledge, everything gets gone, and it's like so there's not really like a server that's like backed up infinitely. It's like it feels like everything's kind of like self-contained in machinery. So
how big is space?
Pretty big.
Okay, well, you know.
I mean, that's one of those things where don't think too much about the science of it. Don't think too much about the science of the Force. Don't think too much about the science of how light speed works, because that's Star Trek shit.
What is cool that I found out recently is that if you go to XYZ grid point whatchamacallit, coordinates. If you go to coordinates 0, 0, 0, you hit Coruscant.
Ah, okay.
Coruscant is literally 0, 0, 0.
Makes sense. That's kind of the center of.
It's the center of
galactic power.
all of it.
Yeah. Well, not anymore, thanks to sequels.
Okay, well, I mean, so I found that out when I was looking that up because I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. But I was looking up 000 for other reasons because I found out about 000 and I want to know more about a droid that apparently looks like an evil C-3PO that fucking internally almost destroyed the Empire. But that's another thing.
That's a whole other tale. What about Malak?
Unlike Revan, Malak demonstrated no concern for the future
Malak just
of
blew
the
everything up.
Republic in his attacks. His stratagems were painfully obvious, intending to crush all resistance everywhere. There was little thought beyond the complete destruction of anything that opposed him. He left quite a mess. I'm still trying to assess all the damage. Between the two, I would have preferred Revan rule the galaxy. She had foresight in her conquest, a subtlety that Malak did not possess.
Yeah, okay, so he hates the wanton destruction.
Yeah, Revan's the smart one. Malak was the blow it up. I mean, literally, his response for Bastila's on this planet, blow up the planet, just blow the planet up. What?
No, you can't just destroy everything. Tee-hee. Planet go boom.
You may speak.
Yeah, and yeah, we're good.
Yeah, no, never mind. We want to back out and we want to talk to him one more time. There's one of these menus. I love these menus. I think we went for money.
It's because of the money, right?
Yeah, we went money.
I mean, what are you gonna not go for the money?
You know I was gonna go with the fucking money.
Go for the money.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
What have you brought me?
We should ask about his operations on Nar Shaddaa.
I'm still glowing.
As anxious as I am
shit,
to give
okay.
away all my trade secrets, you will understand if I choose not to answer such questions.
Okay, we gotta get a couple influence points with him because his deal is very interesting.
So then we've got to roll with him.
I guess we gotta roll with him. Unless if we can talk to him, check his questions for a second. Oh, you know what? His influence should go up as we stabilize the systems. So as we deal with like Dantooine, Onderon, and stuff like that, his influence should go up as he pays us.
That's his conversation.
Yeah, that should go up, and that should help us deal with him because, yeah, he's got some stuff.
Okay.
And then I think that's everyone, right? Yeah, no one else left to talk to. There's no one else left to talk to. That's everyone on the ship. That's pretty impressive. We got through the entire dialogue of everyone.
The whole ship.
The whole ship.
The whole Ebon Hawk.
No, we didn't forget about no one. There's no one else here.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.